So George is a filmmaker and communicator of Taoist philosophy, the way of nature. His films on YouTube have gained millions of views and has 180,000 plus subscribers. Amazing. Over the past 4 years, George has studied Taoism in China with his Tai Chi master, Master Gu. George's teaching is grounded in his experience as a young person trying to work life out. He shares the ancient wisdom that helped him and could help us collectively tend to find a more balanced way of being. Gillian Burke introduced me to George recently, and I immediately connected with him, with you, on many levels. And I'm inspired by your films and philosophy of life and the Tao, which we'll be talking about. So George, it's really lovely to see you. I've just been enjoying some of our brief conversations and getting to know you a bit more, so welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a real privilege for me to be here, and community and all of you beautiful people. Yeah, it's really special to share our life unfolding and exploration together, and just celebrating you, Casper, and this community, and thank you. And yeah, it's a privilege to be here.
Yeah, thank you. That's lovely. Thank you. Yeah, it does feel a privilege to be here. You know, it's been amazing. I found the conversations really rich, and just very honoured with the way people are opening up, and that's no pressure on you. You can go where you want. You must open up. So I think, we have a traditional question, which I'm going to kind of just shelve for a minute, because we were talking earlier on about the Tao as opposed to Taoism. And I'm really drawn. I was really interested in your in the way you differentiate between the two. So could you just start by explaining, because that's really the root of your work and your passion.
Yeah. So I'll tell it through my story as well. So finished university, and Gillian talked about it in the last talk of the doldrums time of confusion, and for me, anxiety, and trying to work out what life is about, and finding it really hard to just be with myself and be kind to myself. So this inner turmoil that I had a new character emerge in my life that I personified as the Underminer, a little evil wizard that would be stuck in my head, telling me that I'm not good enough, telling me that I was messed up and something was wrong with me for feeling down and feeling anxious.
Can't identify with that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And I thought it was just me. I was uniquely messed up with this little wizard that just dominated my headspace. So I felt like I needed to learn how to be kinder to myself, because really not much had changed. I started a YouTube channel, hopefully doing something creative. I was delivering food with Deliveroo on a bike, earning enough money to survive. Things should have been okay. So I was kind of stuck in this place between things objectively should be okay, that's what my little Underminer told me, and yet at the same time feeling this deep kind of sense of unease and not feeling at home in myself and feeling confused. So I thought, why don't I try and find some mindfulness, meditation, and maybe some discipline? And I thought Kung Fu could be a good thing for me to do. I'd watched some Kung Fu monks doing backflips and smashing bricks at uni, and I thought maybe that would harden me up a bit, because I'm a bit of a softie. So I set off to China, and I arrive at the Wudang Mountains, which is this incredible collection of temples and monasteries and Kung Fu schools and Tai Chi schools. And I arrive at one of the monasteries after taking weeks to get there. I go up to one of the monks. She's brushing the floor in a big courtyard. I go up to her and say, "Ni hao, Tai Chi, Kung Fu." I do not understand, and just continues to sweep the floor. I try another monk. "Ni hao, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, I don't understand. So I try this a few times. I'm beginning to get the message that something's not quite right. And so I asked the locals, is this a Kung Fu monastery? And they said, no, this is just a Taoist monastery. Yes, some of the monks practice Tai Chi and Kung Fu, but you're not learning as a foreigner. So I thought, I've already failed in my mission. And so I turned to plan B. If I can't learn in a Kung Fu monastery, I'll learn in a Kung Fu school. And the locals volunteered to guide me, to take me to a school. And they took me to a Tai Chi school. Now I thought Tai Chi was for older people, slow and serious. But I tried it and I fell in love with it. And then the philosophy and religion of the Wulang Mountains is Taoism. So most of you will know about the yin yang. And so that's the kind of the symbol that's most associated with Taoism. It's also spelled Taoism sometimes, but that's just a difference in spelling. It's the same thing. And Taoism is this beautiful philosophy that helps us understand who we are. And it comes from ancient China. Around 2,500 years ago is the first text that we have called the Dao de Jing, which is the sort of Bible of Taoism. And yeah, when I started reading it, I was like, oh my God, all of these things that I convinced myself that, you know, I'm not good enough, that I'm disconnected, that there's something wrong with me. Not only had the ancient Chinese also had these thoughts, but they came up with insights that could help me understand deeply who I am, that still resonated. And so that was really powerful for me. I was like, wow, you know, I'm not firstly alone with this, and I'm sure, you know, being in community and sharing the fact that we're all going through life and this struggle of this human existence, and yeah, being supported by these ancient ideas. And so the Tao is the word that the ancient Chinese used for the universe, the laws of nature, the mysteries of our consciousness. It's also our way, so it literally translates as the path or the way. And so it's the ways of nature, but it's also our path through life. And so what I've been doing for the last 5 years is exploring the Tao without the ism. Taoism makes it sound like, you know, you're part of a cult with some esoteric knowledge that only a certain group of people have access to, but the Tao is nature. And so really it's this universal understanding of what are the principles of nature? How do we work? How do other people work? How does nature work? And when we understand those principles, we can work in harmony with them. And so when we understand who we are, we can become friends with ourselves. When we understand other people, we navigate our relationships more skillfully. And when we understand nature, we realize that we are a meaningful part of this incredible unfolding story of intelligence in the universe. And so the Tao, it can incorporate many different traditions, many different religions, and science. And so science and spirituality, there's this kind of false dichotomy, one versus the other. You'd have your spirituality programming and the recesses of Channel 4, and then BBC 4, and then, you know, that would be completely separate from science or from politics or from economics. But there are deep spiritual sources of our collective problems, our disconnection from nature, pretending that we are somehow superior to or different from nature, and so we exploit it. But we are nature, and so this exploitation is only destroying ourselves. And so, yeah, there's much to explore with Tao, and I look forward to, getting deeper into the ways of nature.
Yeah.